The building of one's character, resolve, and competitiveness develops at an early age.
They want it more than us. That's all it is. They want it more than us. Do we want it or not?
Those competitive fires burnt bright for someone who would become one of the few true pillars of the OFL. Meet Elizabeth Grace Gorman.
Second game ball, usual suspect, save the game, Liz Gorman.
Growing up in a household of 6 siblings in upstate New York, Liz had to stand out. They say children grow up wanting nothing more than to impress their parents and gain a sense of acceptance. Acceptance of the fact that she was the star player in a sport that very little was known about. And what her father knew, he did not approve of.
Her heart was longing to be recognized by her father. He put a lot of pressure on her, and he really demanded a lot. It was hard for her to please him. I think partly the reason that she is such an exceptional player is that she really did have to work hard to get his approval.
Liz Gorman's father passed away prior to being able to attend one of her games.
One day he told me, he said, you know, some of my friends came up to me and they told me, have you seen your daughter play? Have you seen how hard she hits? Does she get that from you? And, I'm sorry.
In life, we have small windows to appreciate its wonders. Let's not lose this opportunity to celebrate the single most influential player of her era. Liz Gorman now takes her place in infamy, where her legend will live on forever. The Hall of Fame.
You can be the greatest, you could be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You could beat the world, You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame.
She comes to play.
I know your name. Ooh, 'cause it burns with the brightest flame.
This is what football's about. Who said ladies can't play football?
Liz Gorman is a baller.
Oh, great block by Gorman. Oh, my.
You can go the distance, you can run a mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be a hero, you could get the goal.
Gorman with a serious
I
tackle.
never could be broke. Do it for your people, do it for your pride.
Badly injured, and yet she's not coming out of this
For
game.
your country, for your name, 'cause there's gonna be a day standing in the Hall of Fame. Ooh, and the world's gonna know your name. And it burns with the brightest flame.
Liz Gorman just plays such a terrific defense.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Is one of the ultimate competitors in all of sports.
And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be students.
Guys,
be
we have to get this.
teachers, be
We have to.
politicians, Be preachers.
Don't let them see you do that.
Be leaders, be
We got a second
athletes, be champions, be truth seekers, be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers, be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions.
Liz Gorman again with that hit. Oh, man.
And it burns with the brightest flame. No, and the world's gonna know your name. Ooh, and you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Be a champion. Be a champion. champion. Oh, be a champion. Oh, be a champion. Oh, be a champion. Be a champion.
Welcome, Elizabeth Grace Gorman, Class of 1, Class of 2015. LFL Films presents the 2015 Hall of Fame Induction Ceremony, honoring Elizabeth Grace Gorman.
The whole Hall of Fame thing came about 2 years ago. Just to give you a little backstory that not a lot of people gave this sport an opportunity to succeed beyond a year, let alone 2, let alone 3, 4, 5. And about the 4.5-year mark, that's when I started thinking, this thing may stay around for a little bit. And we've got to start recognizing the people that have gotten it to this point. And we were all part of the magic of the first year with Monique Gaxiola. And a round of applause for our first ever Hall of Fame induction, Monique Gaxiola, please. And that was a special night in Los Angeles, and the beauty of the Hall of Fame is you live in infamy. So no matter what happens, you are always attached to that elite group. And the group here is going to be very elite because there's only one induction every given season. And to have Mo represent us as the first one, I couldn't expect somebody better.
Yes.
And now to move to the second layer of that, the second season, you know, we made an exception. You know, the rules are pretty tight going into it. We said, what do we want the prerequisite to be to represent this very elite class of our athletes? Well, you got to at minimum play 4 years of LFL football. Well, this young lady being inducted tonight did it in 3 years. Okay? It's not a college thing where, you know, if you get it done in 3 years. This is one of those things that I thought about, and we were talking about it internal for months. We said, how could we ever go 5, 10 years into this without having arguably, and not even arguably, the pillar of her era? Because there's not a person that I go to that knows the LFL, and this is buddies, this is people at the airport, that in some way, shape, or form, this name does not come up. To this day, I have first-year players, whether I'm in Australia, whether I'm in Canada, we were in Asia, and the one name that comes up consistently above anybody's name that's ever picked up a football in this league has been our inductee tonight. So I think it would have been an absolute travesty to allow a rule, a 4-year rule, keep this young lady out of where her destiny is and will live for many years to come. So without any further ado, I will introduce you to Liz Gorman's mother. Miss Gorman's going to come up and say a few words on the behalf of Liz Gorman. Please welcome.
Okay, good evening, everyone. This is such a joy and a blessing to be here. A lot of people ask me, was Elizabeth always competitive? I call her Elizabeth, so there it is. But was she always competitive? They ask me some of the same questions. So kind of want to go through a little journey about her. Her name is Elizabeth Grace Gorman, and her name Elizabeth means oath of God. Grace means empowerment to overcome. She does everything with her whole heart. And there's a verse in Proverbs that says, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all of your might. And I think that she embodies that. I think that's part of a principle that she has picked up in her life. And I would pass that on to all of you, not just you players, but especially I am speaking to the teams. Whatever your hand finds to do it with all of your might. It's like just everything you got. Just pour out your guts for it. Just your passion, your purpose, your value, your destiny. And I think that never ends. Those of us who are older, you continue that line. You don't just stop with an award. One of the things that I think that is important for Elizabeth is that she doesn't need an award just to go after something. And I think what everyone here has accomplished something, whether you're going to get an award for it or you're going to find the reward. What is the reward? Okay? What is the reward for your hard work, for your training, for your sacrifice, for your late nights, for your early mornings, for your soreness, for your, the fights? Okay, you can have your inner battles too. You're not just fighting for a place on the team. You're not just fighting for a game to be won. You are also fighting inner struggles and mental struggles and emotional struggles. So you have to press through those. You have to have a team. Okay, now this is good. I really like what I did here. Okay. But that makes you, it doesn't make you, it creates an opportunity, okay? So nothing can really make you. That opportunity is created for you, and then you have to step into it, and you have to pursue it, and you have to stay with it, and you have to be disciplined and persistent. So with all these different teams, I want to go into the word team. A team as a noun is a cooperative unit. Cooperative unit. A team as a verb, to form a group. It suggests cohesiveness. Okay? Cohesiveness, unity, and you exist for the good of the whole. You're not just out there for you. And I must say that I believe that in my daughter and every team that she's been on. She's a team player. She wasn't necessarily the best player on every team, and I think you know that, Elizabeth. She was not. But she had like a persona, and she was fun to watch. I mean, she really was fun to watch. She is fun to watch. But having that combination of being skilled and being trained and putting it all together, people really love to watch her. I would really like to say that God has blessed me with my Elizabeth Grace Gorman, my egg, and her inner strength and her outer strength, her inner beauty, her outer beauty. She's blessed that God has given her a great body, mind, and her spirit. I pray that she'll be faithful to her calling and her character. And I pray that whatever she does, she'll do it with all of her might and give God the glory. So come on down, girl.
Thanks, Mom. My mom is amazing. I'm sure everybody says that, and how can I top that? I don't even know how to go after that. But my mother's always been such an example to me of poise and character and integrity. And sometimes, no matter what it is, whether it's sports, on or off the field, it's hard to carry that as a woman when you have so many different things going on. And my mom's been such an example to me. She competed in a triathlon, pushed her cancer treatments back, did it the next day, and she turned 60 all in 1 month. And so when I look over, my mom's doing Insanity with me, and she's like, finish your rep out. It's a little bit of competition with my mom, but she has definitely been the example that I need in my life. And I also wanted to kind of do a definition of what this award is. And an award granted is an acknowledgement. And an acknowledgement means acceptance of the truth or existence of something, the action of expressing or displaying gratitude or appreciation for something. As women, we're not supposed to cross that line. We are told this is a man's sport. I want to tell them that, hey, I can play this game. Without this league, I would have nowhere to play. This is a history in the making. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. These athletes serve as role models. Women need role models. They need to see other women in leadership roles that excelled in sports. It is through these role models that younger women develop a healthy understanding of their own potential. And, you know, this award means so many things, but one of the things it means is responsibility. I think sometimes we forget that we're examples, and that I joked around saying, if I had one fan and it was only my mother, I would want to represent her in the best way that I possibly could. And we're all examples to so many people now that the LFL has expanded and we're given a platform. There's so many people that look to us. There's so many women that want to embody what we have. It's not necessarily the game, it's the presence we have, the poise, the strength, that passion, that just when you get out there, you're overwhelmed with your own ability, your own skill at the end of the day. And I wrote something on the plane when we did the announcement, and I'd love to read it to you really quick. On a plane trying to write a speech, God, please grant me grace, discernment, and wisdom to help me teach. All the lessons I have learned, you alone, Lord, are my witness. My entire football career is a result of my fitness. Dedication, hard work, and determination help me be a role model and an inspiration. Thank you, family, friends, fans, teammates, physicians, the league, Mitch, coaches, and players for being my motivation. You all know my position, Rover. God, please help me with these words and take over. I am humbled and I'm honored to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, to know I battled, still alive, to stand before you and be a player in this game called life. Off the field, each one of us has our own personal strife. Remembering back to 2012, my first award, Defensive Player of the Year, in a room quite like this, you could cut the tension with a knife. After my father's death, life taught me to simplify, mature, respect my peers, and to always just try my best. Mother, do not fret. Your daughter. Mother, do not fret. Your daughter stands tall against those who have tried to make her small. Father, know your daughter understands you, forgives you, and loves you. This life has taught me lessons, and I pray I pass the test. May your soul finally be at rest. To my ladies who have given their all to this sport, the dedication, time, and effort leaves us with a football and a field to court. Those here with struggles and pain is who I want to reach. To finally be recognized after all these years, after all the blood, sweat, and tears, to speak my truth and follow my soul's rules. God, please take away all these fears. Father, help me speak with a voice, my sin of choosing pro-choice, to sacrifice my child's soul to play this image and role. Years of silence and guilt has taken a toll. If I knew I had a life in me as I played, would I have changed or would I have stayed the same? Confess and pay my respects to the child who never took a breath. In an all-star game, this award goes to the one that I was never able to name. Fighting for female freedom, Lord, help them see how much we can all make a difference. How much this award means to me. To be acknowledged and seen for truth and perseverance. Bullied, abused, and misled left me in dark times feeling mistreated.
Wrestling depression and thoughts of giving up were constantly repeated. Misunderstood and feeling unappreciated, I almost gave up on my existence. Exercise, football, and my angels were my resistance. This sport gave me a chance to finally take a stand, to show my strength from the inside out, from every tackle to every go route. Surrounded by female warriors, we are more than a pretty face. Beautifully made, every shape, size, and race.
Yay! Yeah.
Turn up, Liz.
Turn up, Liz.
Turn up, Liz.
Just get this. Okay. Each with their own perseverance, purpose, and passion. These women's actions can never be compared to the latest fashions. Breaking stereotypes, mothers, sisters, and daughters join in compassion. At times, insecure and vulnerable, we are forced to fake a smile in the midst of turmoil. To stand by each woman in their struggle and story. To take off masks and stand on a field half naked, working and giving and fighting to take it. Let's all rise and honor this award to all the women who have paved the path before us for the opportunities for us to make it. Amen.